Hello, good morning and welcome. It's Wednesday, the 21st of June, and we'll start off as ever with the AUD USD. I'd just like to say thank you to the people that give me likes and subscriptions. I like getting subscriptions, it makes me feel wanted. So we'll start off with the AUD USD. Right, we've had three nice red candles here. I believe this is going to short. I would imagine by Friday we'll see a lot more shorts from the commercials. This actually, it got up to about the 76 level, and it's sort of like been coming down the last few days, and now we've actually sort of we broke the 76 and we're about 75.60, so that's coming down nicely for us. We've actually broke the resistance on the RSI. We came up, we cut the trend line up. Whoops, daisies, we're below the resistance. Stochastics pointing down. I think this is going to follow through. Euro USD, we've had the same sort, well, we've had a little bit of a problem here. It's come down onto support. So if we just whoop back here, we can see this blue line is turning points, fairly heavy support we've got here. I'm just waiting for this to break down. The commitment of traders are with us heavily. So I really am looking for a good heavy short on this. I've got a lot more money in at the top than I have at the bottom, and I believe this is going to come down and close the gap. This is my trade for this month. I really want this to come down this month. Euro Japanese yen. We've had two red candles. It's coming down again onto support here. See the blue line, so I'm just waiting for that to break. Yeah, and I think we did go under this morning. It's just popped back up on top, and we were just touching the 50, which has just popped back up. So hopefully that'll give way today, and we'll see a nice follow through short on the Euro Japanese yen. Had a bit of strength last night in the yen. And that's actually given us that red candle. USD Swiss franc. Again, we're hovering around a little bit of supporty resistance. It's sort of like up and over all the time. Not my favorite pair at the moment, I must admit. It's on the commitment of traders. It's long the Swiss franc, but nowhere near as long as it was. So I'm a little bit undecided which way I think that's going to go. So if in doubt, leave it out. USD Japanese yen. We nearly got up to the 112. It seems to be coming back down. I should have put a position in this at about 112. I'm overcommitted elsewhere, so I didn't. But hopefully this will break below the 50, which I'd really like to see it do that, just as a confirmation. So there we go. And now we're on to the S&P 500. Now on the weekly chart it doesn't look too dramatic, but if you switch over to the daily, you can see we had quite a nice big red candle yesterday. I am looking for this to break short. We've got a bubble in the market, in my opinion, and we've had the divergence, as I've mentioned a few times, between the candles and the RSI, but not particularly steep. We're just over the 69.1 on the RSI, so I don't know, I'd like to see it break lower. So we'll see what happens. Silver. I think the silver is going to continue on down, and I think it's going to go down in quite a big way. We're seeing quite a bit of strength now come through, or it looks like it's going to come through for the dollar. Strong dollar is going to kill the silver price. Silver price should fall. You know, we've just bounced off the 30.9 on the RSI. but I do think if we have a small correction, I can't see it. I think this is just going to follow on through, but it is getting a little bit tired down towards the bottom, and it is down at the moment on a little bit of support. So we will see what happens there. Yeah. Okay. Oil, again, we're expecting this to fall to the 40 mark. It's been coming down in these little steps, a little bit disconcerting, but I do think this is going to follow on through. So we'll see what happens. Okay. USD, New Zealand dollar, or more likely New Zealand dollar USD. I'm looking for a short on the pair. So a weakness on the New Zealand dollar. And I think this is going to go quite heavily short. And might take another few days just to get out the doldrums at the top. But I think this is turning round, and we're going to see this this short off quite nicely. There's other pairs that perhaps might look a little bit better, but I'll mention those tomorrow. See if we can find something else of more interest. USD CAD. We're expecting this to long. I'm expecting a short in the Canadian dollar. We're seeing the oil prices going down steeply. I just cannot see how the Canadian dollar can have any more strength in it. So I'm actually looking to come back. Recent highs, 138, I think is quite possible. So that should be a good trade, a good long trade, long term. Anybody who's interested. Euro pound. Yeah, well, I got caught out on the weak pound yesterday, and I'm just slightly above entry here. We're coming up to heavy resistance at the 88,500 mark, but I expect that to hold, and I expect this to come back down. We've got quite a lot of potential here in this, so you know, this is going to be a long-term trade for me. Pound New Zealand dollar, I like this one as well. As I say, got caught out again, weak pound yesterday. Not really showing a lot more strength at the moment. So I think this is going to be a good long-term, long trade. We're right at the bottom on the RSI, which is what I really like to see. We are heavily oversold, and we're expecting a reversal. So I think I've already done the USD JPY. USD Mexican dollar. This is a little bit in the doldrums at the bottom at the moment. I'm hanging fire. I've got my trade to put back in. So I was surprised that got so much strength yesterday, but there again, this move here to the downside shocked me as well. So a little bit surprised at that. We've got a flat on the RSI. We'll see how it goes, but I'm not rushing to get back in. I want to make sure I time it a bit better or just stay out. Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to do a little short piece now on my member center and web page. So if you'd just like to have a little look at that, and I just thank everybody for watching, and hope this is my web page, which is forexforsteadyprofit.com, and in our members center we've got the CFC data, which I've written out and given my opinion on each of the different currencies. There's the daily video, and also there will be extra pairs that we look at that have got perhaps a beneficial cross to them, supported by the Commitment of Traders report, and my trade diary, which I update as and when it becomes necessary. Also, you get a 12-hour contact by Skype. This is 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. I've got a dedicated Skype line which I carry with me. You can also contact me by the email, which is uh, on the contact page at the top here. You can click into that and contact me by email. So if you have any questions about other pairs and would like my opinion, then I am available to give advice. Okay, well, thank you very much for that, and I hope you can have a look, see what you think, and speak soon. Cheers now.